Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the 157 Show, where, let me just reiterate this. This show is mainly fan-based. There's no mainly to it. It is fan-based.
It is fan-based, casual opinions.
Yes, so we are not professionals by any mean. We just give you what the hell we know. And what we know may not always be right, but we're gonna do our best to make sure we do our journalistic duty.
I will raise you that and say it's not what we know. It's what we think.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I like that one. So anyway, well, if you guys are first tuning in for the first time, we have a lot of new subscribers based off that last video. Appreciate you guys for watching that as well. But please, if you're new, please hit that subscribe button, that like button, drop a comment below. Let us know what you guys are thinking. And, we'll definitely comment back and, have a little chatter back and forth with you guys. So today's episode is based around Harsin.
It's going to be the end of the Harsin drama.
Saga.
That's saga
drama.
That's the long term.
Correct.
It's going to be the end of the Harsin drama for the 2021/2022 beginning of the year.
Yeah.
So,
are you, as an Auburn fan, glad this is over?
Yes. I'm embarrassed that we're at this point, but I'm glad that we're through with this. And the point of the video is we're going to talk, just a real quick video, folks. We're going to talk about Bryan Harsin was retained by Auburn University, War Eagle. I approve of that, and I'm glad that he is back at the university.
Yep.
I think it was a good decision. Unfortunately, we were in that predicament, and they had to do a judicious review of everything. So.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you this, just as an opinion here. Do you think this was due to his buyout amount? If his buyout was, say, $3 million, do you think they would have paid it to get him going?
Oh, for sure. If it was only $3 million, I think the $18.3 million did make a difference. Ultimately, though, think about it, and I don't want to get too far into things, but if you think about how $18.3 million is a drop in the bucket, really, for every. Speaking of,
for any program, that's a lot of money.
But it's a drop in the bucket if you're going to try to set up something long term.
Yeah. If
you're going to invest in your program and invest in a new coach.
If I'm not mistaken, too, they're still paying Gus.
And probably Will Muschamp or Gene
Chizik. Yeah. I mean, so, there's a good chance that there's a lot of money here that's going out to former coaches or could have been former coaches in Harsin.
Auburn didn't want to lead the SEC or lead the nation in buyout money the second year in a row. But if you think about it, if they were to fire Harsin after all of this drama, who's going to want to come to Auburn University and coach?
Exactly. And that falls on coaches and recruits.
So, this is a long-term process.
Right.
And it's going to cause issues. And because of what's occurring right now, they made the best decision, whether Harsin is the guy or not. It was the best decision because no one was going to touch Auburn with a 10-foot pole. No one that's a credible hire.
Kevin Steele.
Anyway, so I think that the buyout was a big reason why. And then also the fact that, what are you going to do now?
Yeah.
Brent Venables, I know he's at Oklahoma, would never have came to Auburn in this case.
Right.
Bob Stoops would have never came to Auburn in this case. What
are
you going to do? You're going to take a shot at a high school coach?
And still...
A shot in the dark?
I mean...
So that's the problem. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot going on here now.
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, Bryan Harsin, you're going to have to, 1, recruit really hard this year. 2, you're going to have to develop your players extremely well this year and have a good
very
season.
Fast.
Yes.
A lot of young guys are going to be playing.
You're going to have to make awesome hires for your offensive coordinator, and hope Jeff Smeding works out very well defensively because you're on the hot seat, buddy. And it's
all eyes are on him this season.
All eyes across the nation, especially in Alabama and in Auburn, Alabama. So you have to think about it long term here. You've got to get everything going quickly this season.
You can't have a 5-game losing skid like you did.
Yeah, you can't have another 6 and 7 season because if you do, this seed of doubt has been planted, and all it's going to take is a couple drops of water for it to sprout.
What do you think is the magic number for him as far as wins to
if he
not necessarily get fired, but for his seat to be
now
kind of chilled and mellowed?
Oof.
I mean, keep in mind, you got to play Penn State, you got to play Georgia, and you got to play Alabama.
If he wins 9 games next year, he's good in my books, but I don't think he's good in everyone else's books. But you got to think about Auburn, or Alabama, Georgia, LSU, Penn State, Arkansas, Ole Miss.
Yeah, there's a lot of toss-up games. There's a lot of toss-up games that
he's
are
guaranteed
hit or miss.
2 wins with Mercer and Western Kentucky.
Yeah. Well, I don't know that Georgia Southern, was it Georgia Southern, Georgia State,
yeah,
whatever it was this
whichever one,
last.
yeah. It was
that was
right.
close.
Yeah. So
But-
he's guaranteed those two, but I'm not sure where you're going to find those other 4, 5, or 6 wins. So I'm
Yeah.
curious. So that's why I'm saying, Harsin, you're going to have to be on your P's and Q's and really producing results this year. I like you, but I don't have that much sway.
Yeah. Just me personally, as an unbiased fan, outside looking in on this, I feel like if he was to hit 8 wins and have maybe a close games to see some sort of development between this past season and now, I think he'll be okay. Now, if he craps the bed and goes 3-8, or he's done.
Yeah.
He's gone completely. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. There's no saving him. He's gone.
Yeah. Now he does have the public support of the university, the board of trustees, and the boosters. He's got that public support now, so I'm hoping that they're going to buy in for at least, like I said at the beginning of when we started the show back in 2021. He's got to have 2 or 3 years. He's got to have a full cycle of players, a full cycle of development, and to establish his regime at Auburn University.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping they're going to give him 2 or 3 years, like I said from the beginning. But like I said, the seed of doubt has been planted.
Yeah.
And that cloud is above your head, and you're having your back's against the wall.
And just to be clear, there's not there was nothing to it. I feel like there was probably a nothing to it, but there was a maybe this isn't a fireable. Maybe we won't be able to get out of this without paying him his money.
Yeah, I think that.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I feel like a lot of it was made up, but some stuff may have been quite. We don't know. I mean, we really don't know.
Social media ran wild.
Oh, for sure.
And folks, if you don't know what's going on, you can have speculation, but don't do the allegations and try to say that he's cheating on his wife or whatever the scenario may be.
You ruined more than just a career.
Yeah, there's
with
a lot
that.
going on there, and I mean, I'm not talking about our fans specifically, but just social media as a whole. It's very toxic in that regard.
Yeah, it brings up a lot of questions, a lot of red flags, just in a personal relationship. I feel like that was, He has to answer to a lot of people in his personal life, not just the
not just the football life.
His wife, his kids, his mama, his daddy. I mean, all of it.
Yeah.
But I mean, just watching and looking back on this past season, do you think if he would have won the games, Mississippi State, if he would have won that, if he would have beat Alabama,
I'll just pause you there and say if he would have beat Alabama, lost the other 4. Lost the other
wouldn't
4,
have been
we wouldn't even be having this conversation right now.
Yeah, I mean that's what I was saying. And he very well could have won Alabama. There's a 99.9% chance of Auburn winning that game. At the 1 minute and 15 seconds or 150?
Bigsby running out of bounds.
Yeah. I mean there was a chance, very slim, that Alabama was to win, and they ended up winning. I mean I don't know who in the world, what rabbit they pulled out of that hat, but they made it happen. And, and even after that loss, you could see he was visibly upset because he knew that was he was this close to winning against the more or less gold standard of football. You know what I mean? And in his first year, that would have been, I feel like, a phenomenal step.
Oh, for sure. It would have excited a lot of recruits and really helped things kind of kickstart his year 2 and probably brought in some extra players. So,
okay, let me ask you this. As a recruit,
even as
as a recruit, do you think this will raise a bunch of red flags to the top people?
Yeah.
For this upcoming season, this this recruiting class, but if he makes it through this season, for the next one, do you think
the 2023 class?
Yes, the people that he is recruiting right now.
Yeah. So. Yes.
I heard this the other day. This class in Alabama
2023. I was about to say that. It's a very strong, talented class coming out of Alabama, Central Alabama.
There's
crazy.
a lot of 5- and 4-star players coming out of Alabama.
Because you're committing to a coach, you're committing to a program, you're committing to a style of play that fits your talents and your scheme. So of course it affects it.
And I feel like he's gonna have to keep some of these players that are in Alabama. He's going to have to up the in-state recruiting and bring them to. He's going to have to push all this stuff that has been happening to the side and really get these people to buy into what I'm here for the long term. I'm all in on Auburn. You know what I mean? Like he's going to have to do that.
He's got to make it through year 2. He's got to have a good year 2. Like I said in the beginning of the video, he's going to have a great year 2, develop the players, get a good coaching staff in, and if all those stars align, he can pluck some good players in the 2023 class.
Yeah, and I think he can
can
do
solidify that by having a good year and telling these players, hey, look, I turned it around. I faced all these odds. I survived them, and I thrived.
Yeah.
And because of that reason, you belong in my program because you can do the same thing.
Exactly.
That's how I pitch it.
That's how. Yeah. That's a good pitch, by the way. Can I
Thank
come play for you?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what I would do, but I may be the holder or something.
You can edit this video.
I'll make it work.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much all we got to say. I mean, there's not much to it to really just stretch out a video for 20 minutes or nothing. You know, the saga's over.
The
drama saga is over. Let me
The first chapter of the saga's over.
Yes. Let's say that you know it's over. Maybe we can move on and move past all this stuff. So before we sign off, I do want to say thank you guys to. I mean, this last video blew expectations completely out of the water, man. I mean, just me and him both were sitting here just watching on our phone overnight and everything, just watching it.
Yeah, it was wild. We really
were very excited.
Y'all. Yeah, we really appreciate y'all and hope y'all come back, spread the word, hit the subscribe button, comment,
yes,
hit the like button, and
we got a lot of things that are coming. I mean, I'll give y'all just heads up. We're gonna probably do a lot of over the internet stuff instead of having to come here to the studio. We can do quick things and get them out ASAP. Both of us work, so we have to kind of do when we can. Do the recording when we can.
Fill in the gaps.
Yeah. So we just want you guys to know we appreciate you guys. Thank y'all again for the video and all the subscribers and everything. Please tell your mama, your friends, your daddy, your grandmama if she's on YouTube to come subscribe and check us out, man. So appreciate you guys again. Roll Tide.
War Eagle.